everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the other side of project panning, and that is looking at doing a little bit of decluttering. Decluttering for me is getting rid of the stuff that is either too old, doesn't work for me, and ideally where I can, I do want to be able to pass these on to people who might enjoy them, get more use, prefer the formulas, whatever the case is. If I am unable to pass them along or rehome them myself, if you guys know of any Canadian charities that take especially gently used makeup, please let me know down below, because that's something that's sometimes kind of difficult to find out. I'm only garbaging things that are like expired, not usable, things like that. So just so you guys are aware. Generally, my declutters happen around when I have the 5-item mark, because again, I'm not one of those types of people who is going to be like, here's all my collection, let's just declutter stuff, because I get attached. And you want to actually make sure you try it on, wear it, all of that good stuff. So at least for me, that's how I do it. Now, 4 of these items I'm going to be showing you guys today, I have mentioned that I'm going to be decluttering them as they've been featured in project pans. But the last item I'm going to show you, stay tuned, is a behind the scenes declutter. So something that I tried out, not connected to a project, and was like, no. So if you enjoy declutters, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. And subscribe, because these kind of videos are a little bit more sporadic on my channel, kind of depending what I'm able to do, both in projects and behind the scenes. Without further ado, let's just dive into it. And I've kind of got these organized, so we're going to start off with the eyes. I have gotten so many palettes from BoxyCharm, because that's one of the big things that they're known for, is giving you eyeshadow palettes. And that means, unfortunately, you're going to get some that are fantastic and some that are not so good. And so the palette, you've seen this one, it was featured in Beauty A to Z, is from Complex Culture. This was my first experience with the brand, but this was their full-time eyeshadow palette edit 3. And, like, don't get me wrong, it's gorgeous. So this is kind of like their work, brunch, night out kind of thing. Everyday wearable. I do wear a lot of pinks. I do wear a lot of brown neutrals. And purple's my favorite color. So in theory, this palette should be fantastic. But, and there's very little usage. Like, you can probably see the most usage on this one, because I was literally digging my brush into here. This is in Peony Glow, to try to see if I could get stuff built up on the eye, and I used this palette twice. That was all I needed to do. I did one pink look, I did one purple look. I haven't even touched the browns at all. But this is just patchy. It's a little bit more difficult to work with. It wears off decently, but it still wears up a little bit faster. And so again, because I have so many eyeshadow palettes that I've paid for through my BoxyCharm subscription, no. So again, this is a great candidate for rehoming, donating, because I've only used it twice. I have not swatched anything in here. So it's just a little disappointing. All right, the next item I'm going to show you, and there's 2 items that fall into this category of partially empty and partially decluttered. And that is my Alleyoop. So this is the Stack the Odds little trio in Sassy pants. It has a cream bronzer, cream blush, and cream highlight. This I got in BoxyCharm. It was a choice item 1 month, and I didn't pick it because I'm not big on cream products. And then it came to me the next month. So if you've seen my empties, I did finish up the bronzer and the blush in Partners in Cream. The bronzer, at least the undertone was a little better, and it went very quickly. Like, I think it was like a month of usage in that bronzer. Blush took a little bit longer to work through, but once I hit pan, it went very fast as well. But as we've talked about, I'm not a big fan of the cream products, and I don't like the highlighter. This is the highlighter here. You can see there is a bit of a dent in it, and because it is a cream product, it's a little bit harder to rehome something like this, because they expire faster. And again, I've used the other 2 items up. So we'll see what I can do. And mainly it's, I don't like cream highlighters. That's my biggest issue. I find them harder to work with. I don't really know what I'm doing. But it was decent. It wasn't like it was a bad color or anything. It just also wasn't a lot. Like, I didn't see enough to make it worth the effort of doing the cream highlighter. Ultimately, it's just not worth it for me. Yes, I could use it, but I'm not going to enjoy it. So, hopefully I can rehome this. If not, I might keep the packaging because that would be good to repress stuff in. So I'll kind of see how this one goes. Featured in This Is Fantasy, this is the L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted Scented Peach Blush. My shade is in 190 Bashful. Packaging is broken, which is never ideal. But there's a couple reasons for this declutter. One, packaging being broken, but I could still work with that. Two, this is crazy old. So like, it has a slight peach scent still, and powders do last a lot longer, so I'm not overly concerned that this is very, very old. But here's where the issue is. And you can see I have gone a bit of use because every time I would use this before I rolled it into This Is Fantasy, I would use it, be like, that's pretty, I'm going to keep it. But I didn't do extensive usage. So the thing with this, I guess I'll swatch this one. Again, it is crazy old. I don't think I can do anything with it unless family or friends want it. But I think, ultimately a pink blush girl. I find that's more flattering on myself, on my skin tone, and I'm going to reach for that instead. I do have the Physicians Formula Butter Glow palette that is in my Graveyard Project pan right now. It has a color that's similar to this. The finish is very different, but I'd reach for Apricot over this one. And honestly, Apricot, as I mentioned, is also kind of on the chopping block to be decluttered because pink is what I gravitate towards for my blush. So for all of those reasons, the broken packaging, the age, and just my preference, this is going to go because I could use this up. It would take a very long time. And then I'd have a whole bunch of other blushes that expire on me. So I might as well use what I love and what I enjoy. Back to the realm of a mixture of empties and declutters. This is the Lucky Glow Bronze and Highlight Palette. You've seen this one featured in so many projects because it is so empty in there. 6 pans, obviously, 4 of them completely empty. Massive pan on this blush here, as I've talked about extensively with other projects. This highlighter, it's just too metallic looking. I don't like it on myself. I don't like seeing a streak of that highlighter. And then the blush, again, it's that same problem as we had with the L'Oreal blush. Yes, it's pretty, but I was only reaching for this because I was reaching for the bronzer, blush, and highlighter collectively. There was only one blush in this palette. And so it's like, ugh. Now that it's basically a single blush, I was done. Which is unfortunate because obviously, like, I almost hit side pan over there. I've used a ton of it. Definitely got my money's worth because this also came in BoxyCharm, but it wasn't for me. And finally, let's talk about the behind the scenes declutter. And that is another very old product. A lip product. This comes to us from Revlon. So this is their Ultra HD Matte Lip Color. It is in this very, very red shade. As you guys know, I don't wear a lot of red. And this is a matte. Oh, and I just got some on myself. This is a matte, and I guess we've got a swatch now there for you, so you can kind of see that color. It's a nice color, but this is also 5, maybe years old, potentially 5. It could be that old, which is a very long time for lip products, and it doesn't have that same color anymore. Like on the lip, it comes off a little bit lighter. It does transfer around a lot more than it used to. And I cannot see any progress in here. So I don't know if this packaging is opaque or what, but I've used it, but not a ton. And so because of the age, especially with lip products, because you do consume your lip product over the course of wearing it. So I'm a little bit more, a lot of my lip products are old in my collection. But if I'm not enjoying it, then it's gotta go. So that's this guy here. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'd pick up more of these though. I don't even know. I think you can. Maybe they've changed the packaging. Maybe they've reformulated since then, but that's okay. I don't need this kind of stuff. And that is everything. Those are the 5 items that I am decluttering from my collection. So again, I want to hold it. I want to have things that make me happy, that I enjoy, maximize my use of it. Again, a lot of these items came from BoxyCharm. So 3 of the 5 of these were BoxyCharm items, so it's not like I specifically picked these out myself. And the other 2 are just very much on the older side. But that is everything. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I will be starting to accumulate more items for the next declutter, and I've got some contenders, so that video might be coming sooner than I anticipate. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video very soon. Have a wonderful day.